before. I can't take it anymore. Watching Smackdown live on Tuesdays. Bryan always fades out during TNA.
All right, it is Filthy 4 Daily here, everybody. January 24th, I believe, 2018. Figure4online.com/wrestlingobserver.com. Filthy Tom Lawler is here today. We got a lot to get into. We've got SmackDown. We've got the Royal Rumble 2011. We have got the Choppin Block Song Contest. And more. And Tom, what's going on?
A bunch, but we got to get this show going, buddy.
Yeah, we do. So, I thought you had an announcement.
I do.
Well, you said, get the show started because I've got an announcement. So the show started. What's the announcement?
Like any well-booked show, I'll leave it till the end as a cliffhanger.
Well, why didn't you tell me that before we started?
Well, you were taking your sweet-ass time getting going.
Dude, I was trying to get all the Choppin Block songs.
Well, did you do it?
Well, I don't know. We're going to probably miss some. And I'm sure people will be upset, but...
we're going to start with SmackDown Live and the Rumble, so it'll be the last thing. You'll have time. I'm sure you'll zone out as I'm speaking.
Never.
Plenty of time.
Hey, what's the big announcement? I don't want to wait till the end.
I'll let you know at the end.
Nah, get it over with.
Okay,
otherwise
fine.
Thank you.
You loser. You're such a turd.
You shouldn't have mentioned it before we started.
Oh, my... You know what? Screw you. Well, I'm doing it at the end.
No, because I'm
not giving in.
Listen.
I'm not giving in.
Tom, I'll be in a bad mood the entire time.
You're going to be in a bad mood anyways.
Just make the announcement. Let's get it over with.
It's not even that important.
Well, then just get it over with.
Another segment being added to the show.
I want to hear what it is.
It's the return, kind of the mailbag. But this is the mail bag. M-A-L-E.
Oh, no.
I would like the listeners to send in their questions to filthytl@gmail.com. Subject matter, mail bag. These could be questions about anything, and I will answer them in a way that only I can.
filthytl@gmail.com.
Correct, yes.
So that filthy at Wrestling Observer is long gone.
Well, whose fault was that?
Well, that's not mine. Filthy TL
disappeared. It sure wasn't mine.
Filthy
I didn't
TL.
hit you up and go, "Hey, Bryan, can you get rid of that email?" As a matter of fact, I asked you to have it reinstated from whatever suspension it was on multiple times.
Well,
never
listen,
did.
Since you made an announcement, I'll make a quick announcement right here. If you head to f4wonline.com/shirts, that is our pro wrestling tees store, and I don't even know if we've promoted this, but we've got a whole bunch of different shirts available for this show. People are always asking. There is a geek shirt, which is a black shirt with geek in all caps on it, which you can get for your friends, gag gifts, wear it yourself. I mean, there are so many things that you can do with this geek shirt.
There's a lot of people that are offended by Geek of the Week, as if like geek is a term of endearment. So you could also wear it as that, you know?
Sure.
Hey,
we
proud
have
to be a geek.
We have also got the Filthy 4 Daily Geek of the Week shirt, the official Geek of the Week shirt. You should buy that soon because it may not be around long because the segment's over. And thanks to our good friend Lee for the logo, Lee has created a beautiful Choppin Block shirt, which you can grab right now at f4wonline.com/shirts. And there is a wood logo on a white shirt, or there is the world-famous black and white logo on a black shirt, which is awesome. Choppin Block. Choppin', and choppin'. Bryan and Filthy. You can grab it right now at f4wonline.com/shirts, our pro wrestling tee store. So go up there and check that out. And Filthy, let's do SmackDown.
Hey, I'll make another short announcement. Not much to it, but myself and someone else are working on another project.
Oh, yeah? I've heard that forever.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's going to start.
Okay. I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I hear it.
All right. Well, it's happening. So, SmackDown Live from last night, which would have been 1/23/2018. We open up with a Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens promo. Their usual Yep movement promo. talking bad about AJ Styles and the fact that they will be co-champions after this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. This brings AJ out. They all argue. Sammy puts over Daniel Bryan as an authority figure. They challenge AJ to face them back-to-back in matches tonight. This brings out Daniel Bryan. It sounds like he is not going to make these matches come to fruition, but AJ makes sure to cut him off and accepts their challenge after claiming that Daniel may be, in fact, in bed with those two dirtbags.
You know, this is one of those classic segments here where it could have been done in 4 minutes, but literally I think they went 14 minutes. And it's yep movement. It's Cammy. It's nope, nope, nope. It's the guys wrapping up and then standing there awkwardly and then just starting over again so they can talk more. We had boring chants during this segment. And finally, after all that, they announce it is AJ facing both men one after another on the show here. Why does everything have to take so long? Especially some of these matches here tonight involving guys like The New Day that went, I swear to God, 30 seconds if you take out the commercial breaks. This was too long. Yes, I agree. Here's another thing. Where is it like everybody else on this show? There's like 10 people that are ever on Smackdown, it seems like now. It's like the Usos. For the past month or two, it's been the Usos, Gable and Benjamin. We got the Riot Squad and a couple other chicks. Every once in a while, Nakamura pops up. All I can figure is that they spend so much time writing these Raw shows that SmackDown is just like an afterthought. And it's like, we got to fill 2 hours. Let's write some stuff. You know, we can kill a bunch of time with entrances. We can kill a bunch of time with video packages. We'll stretch out a couple of interviews, and we're done. Let's just get it over with. That's what the show feels like. Every week the show feels like they wrote it thinking, let's get it over with. I was kind of like hoping for a Fashion Files or something. You didn't get it. Show. No. Well, but what we did get was a fact, a nice little fact here. Over 900 superstars and almost 20, I believe it was 25,000 tons, may have been 250,000, tons of superstar have been in the Rumble in its 30 years of existence. What an exciting fact. We go backstage. Yeah, it was great. Mark's going to love it. So we go backstage, and Shane McMahon essentially accuses Daniel Bryan of setting up the matches that AJ is in tonight, but Daniel claims no. That's not even what he was going to do. It's not what he was going to say. Then Daniel then asked Shane if he was questioning AJ's ability to defeat both men tonight, and Shane says he's questioning someone's ability, but it's not AJ's. Man, just dragging this one on. Hopefully they got an idea. It's like the Undertaker's coffin. Yeah. Just dragging on. Dragging that coffin. So we get Jey Uso taking on Chad Gable. And, fuck. What? Chad Gable was awesome in this match. What's happening? Okay. Chad Gable was great. Uses amateur wrestling acumen to dominate Jey Uso. Took him down. Was riding his back. Then, while Chad Gable was cross-facing the Uso, on commentary, Tom Phillips said, "That's something you will not see in amateur wrestling, only in the WWE." And my fucking head exploded. A crossface? That is something you see in every single amateur wrestling match on the fucking planet. It doesn't matter if it's folk style. It doesn't matter if it's freestyle. It doesn't matter if it's Greco. It doesn't matter if it's Turkish oil wrestling. It doesn't matter whatever the hell it is. You always see a crossface in amateur wrestling,
But Tom Phillips had to let us know. No, not a kick. It wasn't a punch. It wasn't a fucking power bomb, which I've seen in amateur wrestling. It wasn't a play of the day. It wasn't a bullshit move. It was a fucking crossface. You will only see a crossface here in the WWE. Get the fuck out of here.
So you're telling me this guy sucks at his job? And off his job.
I would crossface him if he was here right now.
Man.
I'd crossface him. Crossface him. Crossface him. I'd put it on my singlet before I did it.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. But hey, I like the match. Chad Gable's awesome. I'll be here all day, Tom.
Has there ever been a show with just like minutes of silence? I don't know if I can go on.
Tom, you need to watch
infuriated.
You need to watch
infuriated.
Watch these old retro Raw Nitros with fucking Larry Zbyszko and Michael Cole. This ain't nothing. This was just a stupid guy saying a stupid thing. It's not like having to listen to a stupid guy say stupid things all night long.
This was the most insulting of stupid things. This was worse than Todd Grisham butchering everybody's name in the UFC. This was beyond bad. A crossface, Brian. Putting your arm across someone's face. You only see that in WWE.
Hey, he's an idiot.
Okay.
I'm sorry to upset you that much.
Fuck.
I thought it was so stupid, but I just got done watching Michael Cole explain that the Blue Blazer wasn't one of two guys in the ring and the guy was black. I mean, are you fucking kidding me here?
At least he was right.
Like, guy comes out, they play his Titantron, he can't figure out who the guy is. Even though they played his fucking Titantron when he comes out.
There's something bad later on, but I can't remember because this was so atrocious. So anyways, let's move on, please.
Matt Stryker, I'm marking out, bro. That was way
that's tonight.
worse than
Yeah.
this.
No, absolutely not. He's expressing like an opinion, a feeling, an emotion. Tom Phillips lied to everybody
He didn't lie.
about the most basic thing.
He didn't lie. He's an idiot. There's a huge difference.
No, ignorance is not an excuse.
I'm not giving him an excuse. I'm telling you.
He should be suspended for 2 years.
Tom.
By whoever's in charge of commentators.
Listen to me.
For negligence.
Tom, saying he's lying is giving him too much credit. He's
incompetent.
Idiot. Yes, there's a huge difference. If only we had Geek of the Week still.
Well, he did lie to us. It's still not.
No, he was so stupid that he thought that you could not do a crossface in amateur wrestling. Okay? I know it's hard to believe that someone could be that stupid, Tom, but he is that stupid. Let's talk about Renee and Shinsuke Nakamura.
This is great. For the 20 seconds it was. Renee asked Shinsuke what his plans for the Rumble are. Nakamura says, I see one person, knee to the face. Next person, knee, face, knee, face, knee, face. And Baron Corbin interrupts him with a lot of yelling. And Nakamura asks him to Rumble tonight. And Tom Phillips lets us know they're facing each other. So apparently the match was sanctioned like
verbal sanction. All right, let me tackle this next segment, Tom. It's very important. We have Naomi versus the beautiful Liv Morgan here. Now,
no, well, you missed something.
Did I? What did I miss?
Ty Dillinger.
Oh yeah, he's going to be in the Rumble.
His phone promo.
Yeah, he'll be 10.
I thought it was clever. Couldn't do his perfect 10 hand signal.
He'll be 10.
Holding the phone.
So listen, it's Naomi versus the lovely Liv Morgan. Now, I want everyone to keep in mind as I recap this that this is the go-home show for the first ever historic Women's Royal Rumble. This was the final angle to build up that historic match. It's Naomi versus Liv. Naomi's shine is one goofy, unbelievable high spot after another. Liv finally tosses her into the post and just stomps the shit out of her. Then, in the middle of the match, Lana and Carmella and Natty come out to watch. Then they cut away because now Becky is coming out to watch. Then Naomi just pins Liv out of nowhere with a sunset flip. An absolute nothing match. Half of it was girls walking down the ramp. Then the Riot Squad attacks Naomi. Becky hits the ring. All the girls hit the ring. There is profuse zooming and camera cutting. I have no fucking idea what's going on. I mean, you may have put me in a washing machine watching the show, spinning around trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Key to all of this is finally in the middle of this bullshit, Lana successfully goes over the top rope and lands on the floor and is not killed. I guess that's the best thing they could come up with to prove to you, the viewer, that don't worry, no one's going to die in this match. If Lana can go over the top successfully, anybody can.
Wait, I'm sick of that. Anyways, who the fuck cares? Like, of course they're going to be fine. Like, who thinks they're really going to get hurt?
Well, maybe, who are these morons? Maybe they'll send you the text later, but I've been hearing this for a while.
You ever watch a damn indie match? It's the most dangerous shit going.
Charlotte then comes out afterwards for the most generic promo about how it's every woman for themselves. Friendships and alliances don't matter, and the winner is trying to get an opportunity to face the queen at WrestleMania. I had way too much life. I apologize. I tried to be as boring and generic as I could. I couldn't do it. That's the segment. And then they announced today, they didn't actually, I take that back. They didn't announce. Stephanie McMahon on her Instagram, I believe, revealed to the world, including pretty much everybody in WWE, that she will be doing commentary for the Women's Royal Rumble. Color me unimpressed and not excited for this match now.
I thought Liv and Naomi did a decent job. I expected a lot worse.
They did great.
I enjoyed their match. I enjoyed it.
Well, that's because Liv is much better than people give her credit for being. I'm going to defend her to the death. The first part of this match was horrendous. It was one jumping, choreographed, wacky, goofy move after another until finally Liv cut her off and just started stomping on her. It was great. Yeah.
Well, what was also great was the Naomi threw her kicks and Liv ducked again, and Naomi kicked her. Simple story.
It was a simple story.
Okay, so we move on. Shinsuke Nakamura takes on Baron Corbin. Nakamura beats up Corbin, who tries to leave. Nakamura cuts him off with a ridge hand to the throat and throws him neck first into the turnbuckle. Nakamura fights back with some knee-based offense, gets caught on a Kinshasa attempt with a deep six by Corbin. Then Corbin absolutely kills him with his around-the-post clothesline. Nakamura makes a comeback, nails a picture-perfect flying armbar out of an end-of-days attempt. And as he sets up for the Kinshasa, Randy Orton flies in, and I mean flies in out of nowhere with an RKO to Nakamura, and then another to Corbin, and then he posed like he had just blown up a building.
You know, I thought this match was all right. I thought the finish was bullshit, but it was awesome. It was like the most awesome bullshit finish I've ever seen. Randy Orton, I guess the only thing I can figure is that his wife was on Instagram Monday, furious that Randy Orton was not even invited to Raw 1000, given he's been on more Raws than
25.
Anybody else, or whatever, Raw 25. So I presume that he was also upset about not being invited and that this was his reward. He gets to lay out Nakamura and Baron Corbin and stand tall. I figured that's what happened here, but it was cool.
Yeah. We had a Raw 25 recap. Then we had The New Day and Bobby Roode taking on my boy Jinder Mahal.
Me? Hold on a second.
And Rusev, what?
First, The New Day comes out to declare for the Rumble. Then they announce their partner, Bobby Roode.
I was going to get there.
He lip syncs the music. Roode cuts a promo. They guarantee the reign will be glorious. They milk this for all it's worth. How long did this go, Tom? 10 minutes?
Oh, had to be.
So they do all of this. They spend fucking forever talking before the match. They bring out Aiden English, Rusev Day, and Jinder Mahal. And unless something glitched on my DVR, like they got in the ring, they went to commercial, they came back, Xavier won. We saw like 1 minute of action. Am I wrong about that? Did I miss something?
But what happened during the commercial was like 1 minute of Rusev just beating up Xavier.
Wow.
That was it. They got in the ring and Rusev beat him up for a minute. And then it came back, and then there's a comeback and a finish. Tom Phillips here described Bobby Roode as, Bobby Roode's on the move. And then Bobby Roode on the move twice in a row. Yeah. Roode has spine buster. Xavier hit the rope walk elbow on Aiden English, and they won. Not much to it.
Not much to it.
3 more guys, the New Day and Bobby Roode. Well, is Bobby Roode in the Rumble?
Who the hell knows?
3 more guys that won't win in the New Day. I mean, my mind will be more blown by one of them winning than by what Tom Phillips said earlier. So I don't think it's happening. Main event, AJ Styles taking on Kevin Owens. Shane comes out before the match as Sammy walks to the ring with Kevin. Says if either man interferes in the other's match, tonight they will be fired on the spot.
May I ask a stupid question?
Did he mean 7-Eleven? Or was it 7-Eleven or 7-Up spot?
No. I'll ask my stupid question. It is a stupid question that I would even ask this question. But so if this is the land of opportunity and Bryan and Shane are regularly upset when people interfere in matches, why doesn't Shane McMahon just announce, if you ever interfere in any match at any point ever on this show, you will be fired outright? Why just this match here?
Because he routinely interferes in matches as well.
I see.
So he'd have to fire himself, which would be kind of fun to watch. But Owens goes for a cannonball early on, but eats shit in the corner and comes up holding his leg. AJ locks on the calf crusher. KO taps. AJ will not release the hold. Sammy runs down, and he laid a red-ass beatdown on AJ for
AJ Styles, top babyface, an absolute prick. He beats up this guy. He submits him. He refuses to release the hold. Kevin Owens' best friend has to come out and be a hero here. And he's a heel. This went 1 minute because Kevin Owens is working hurt.
AJ and Sammy have a pretty damn good match. They spill to the outside. The EMTs and refs are attending to Owens on a stretcher.
Dude,
AJ,
hold on a second. Hold on.
What?
It's a good thing that Kevin Owens didn't, break his neck or suffer a serious injury. This match here, I don't have the exact time. It was at least 25 minutes of TV time. Kevin Owens goes down. He's not on this goddamn stretcher for 18 minutes. It's 18 minutes before they can get his ass on the stretcher. He tweaked his knee. Thank God something bad didn't happen. He'd have died 6 times over. So, first off, they can't even get this fucking guy on the stretcher. He's just laying there on the ground. They're telling him he has to go to the back, but he's just laying there selling. Which, by the way, when Shane said, if either of you interfere in the match, I will fire you outright. Kevin Owens gets hurt, and he's selling like he can't make it to the back. And I'm thinking, so clearly, he's making more of this injury than it really is because he wants to be at ringside because they've got a plan. Well, lo and fucking behold, no. He's so hurt, he can't make it to the back. So he's laying there. AJ, at one point, geeks finally bring out a stretcher after 10 minutes of this fucking guy laying there suffering. AJ goes out there and just puts the boots to Kevin. Just beats the shit out of him. Sammy runs and makes a save for his buddy. They go back in the ring. Finally, after 18 minutes, they're able to get Kevin Owens' body onto the stretcher. So now his body's at least on the stretcher, but there are no wheels on the stretcher, or someone put on the square wheels instead of the round wheels, because the goddamn thing won't move. He's on there, but they're not taking him to the back. So after sitting on the fucking stretcher for 5 minutes, AJ goes out there and he tips over the stretcher like a complete dick, and he starts putting the boots to the guy again. I'm like, you are the biggest motherfucker. What are you doing here? And then this dumb shit gets back into the ring. He is immediately kicked in the corner, hit with the Blue Thunder Bomb, and pinned. Why, Tom? Why did we get rid of Geek of the Week?
Hold on. Well, he would be up for the chopping block.
Fuck!
But there's one position. There's one spot in the entire squared circle that AJ could get into in order for Sammy to hit the haluva kick. He could get in the middle of the ropes. He could go 3/4 of the way between the turnbuckles. No, he climbs in, which, may I add, was out of the way. He had to divert his direction to go this way into the corner so that he could stand up and turn around and get kicked in the face. What an idiot.
It's amazing because two things. First off, we got rid of Geek of the Week because for about 5 weeks there, it was such a slow geek week. It was like, it's no fun anymore. Like, there's just not any geeks for some reason. We fucking get rid of it. There has been a massive geek every single fucking week since we got rid of it. That's number one. And number two, when we talked about the idea of the chopping block, everybody had all of their reasons not to do it. And one of them was, well, we all know at the end of the year, AJ Styles will be the one who wins. If he has weeks like this, he's going to be on that fucking chopping block way before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas.
Something else I noticed earlier. I knew there was something. So they're playing the recap of Rude and Jinder from last week, but it was still shots. Why?
I don't know.
Could it get video?
I don't know. They've been doing it for a while. People have brought it up, and I don't know why.
What the hell?
Like in the old days, they didn't show video because you wanted people to buy the pay-per-view, but this is something different. I guess Kevin Dunn just had an idea.
Well, it's a bad one. Okay, so we have the 2011 Royal Rumble, I believe in Boston, the TD Garden, and the first entrant is... Oh, who's on commentary? We have...
Matt fucking Stryker is back on fucking commentary.
Along with Michael Cole and...
It was Jerry Lawler?
I don't remember.
I think it was Jerry Lawler. Hey, listen, here's what I want to say before we start this match very quickly. This is 2011. 6 months after this Royal Rumble was... Almost exactly 6 months. 6 months... After the Royal Rumble, almost to the day, CM Punk cut the famous pipe bomb promo. Now, like people are still talking about this years later. I haven't watched it in however many years it's been, 6 years. I'll go back and watch it again eventually and find out if it's really as awesome and legendary as people remember it being. But there is a saying, Tom, right place, right time. I watched this goddamn first 10 minutes of this Royal Rumble, and boy, was this company just begging for a pipe bomb promo. This was the biggest load of horse shit, the first 10 minutes of this match. Matt fucking Stryker on commentary. CM Punk comes out number one, but the entire core comes out, which, by the way, there should have been a pipe bomb promo just on the fucking core. They come out.
Why were there 2 R's?
Then, just to annoy me.
Why?
Then the goddamn neck, because they have to brand it, Tom. They got to be able to trademark it. And so they had to spell it wrong.
Okay.
Then the goddamn Nexus comes out, and these fucking guys brawl forever.
Bryan. This was the top heel group at the time. And when they ran out, the announcers let us know they are being led by, do you remember who? Husky Harris and David Otunga. That's who they were banking on.
You could have heard a fucking pin drop in this building for this bullshit brawl. Crowd is dead. This is the beginning of the Royal Rumble, and the fucking core and Nexus are brawling. Then I'm already hating it, and what the fuck goes off but the fucking anonymous GM ding?
Bloop.
And Michael fucking Cole, who I had forgotten, but I was quickly reminded, this was when he was a heel lead commentator. He gets up to read a ruling from the mysterious anonymous GM. Motherfucker, like, talk about right place, right time for that promo. If you'd done the pipe bomb promo, maybe at any other time over the last decade, it would have been on Raw and forgotten about. But it was perfect right here in WWE in 2011 because this fucking company sucked.
Okay. Daniel Bryan comes out at number 2. As I'm reading my notes, I'm getting disgusted having to recap what happened here. Daniel Bryan comes out at number 2. Michael Cole, fucking Michael Cole of all people, calls Daniel Bryan a dork.
Were you watching during this period?
And then, yeah, this is when I came back.
And you stuck around?
I'm dedicated.
Dude. You're an idiot. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
This is probably about when I started listening to your show, too, to be honest.
Christ.
Yeah.
Well, that probably
calls Bryan a dork And Stryker babbles on about the internet, and then he badmouthed Gail Kim's looks. She was Daniel Bryan's girlfriend in storyline. He badmouthed her looks. Like, I'm pretty sure he was like, yeah, but it's just Gail Kim. Does that really count? Or, something along those lines. Are you fucking out of your mind?
Yes, he's out of his mind. He's horrible at his job. He's terrible.
So now Justin Gabriel legally enters the ring at number 3, tries a 450 splash. Great idea to go for here at the Royal Rumble.
Now let me mention,
and gets thrown out.
Yeah, let me mention something as you get to Justin Gabriel. So number 1 and number 2 are Daniel Bryan and Punk, and there are 40 guys in this Royal Rumble, okay? I'm watching Punk and Bryan, and I'm listening to these idiot commentators, and it's like, they've been out there for at least 3 minutes and we haven't had a new guy yet. So at that point, I decided to do the intervals. Now, I thought I'm going to do like maybe 3 or 4 intervals and give up, but these intervals are so fucking preposterous this year that I'm going to go for probably 15 people. Justin Gabriel, minute 15, and Zack Ryder comes out.
Zack Ryder, I mean, do you want to just go through? Do you want to go through those 15? I mean,
I'll do it right now. I'll just do it right now.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so the intervals for like the first 15 people. There's a minute 15, a minute 25, a minute 45, a minute 30, a minute 35, a minute 20, a minute 40, a minute 30, a minute 22, a minute 30. Where is it here? A fucking solid 2 minutes, just completely at random, and that's pretty much where I gave up. Like, I don't even think someone had a timer back there. I think they were just like, go. Okay. Downtime. Go. The Black Label Pro Rumble they had a few weeks ago had some very questionable times as well, I believe. But so, all right, Zack Ryder's out, gets hip tossed out of the ring by Daniel Bryan. Then, to a huge ovation, William Regal comes out, beats a shot out of both Punk and Bryan. Ted DiBiase comes out, runs a few spots. Bryan nails Regal with the yes kicks. Prince of Parkour, John Morrison. Well, first off, Ted DiBiase and Maurice come out, and they mentioned that Maurice is Ted DiBiase's girlfriend. These two want nothing to do with each other. Not for one moment ever when they were on screen together. Not just the show where it's kind of storyline they're having problems. They wanted nothing to do with each other. There's never been a couple in WWE with less chemistry than those two. And then, yes, Morrison out. He does his awesome spot.
Yeah, gets knocked to the dasher boards, clings on, while Stryker keeps calling Cole bro. Scales the wall, jumps back to the steps, and enters the ring to avoid elimination.
Yeah, this was where we had the 2-minute interval. And it wasn't just because we had to give John Morrison time to do what he did. Like, he does his spot, he gets in the ring, and then everyone's just doing moves. And they're hitting each other, and they're choking each other, and they're hitting each other. I'm looking at the timer going, are we going 10 minutes here? And the 2-minute mark, out comes Yoshi Tatsu.
Then, followed by Husky Harris. And Brian, I texted you when I saw this. Heard it. Matt Stryker says, he looks like this at 23. Imagine what he will look like at 30. And lo and behold, 7 years later, he's 30 years old.
They were,
and we know exactly what the fuck he looks like.
Isn't that crazy?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. There's another totally crazy thing in this match, but I can't mention it till next week. But it was crazy. By the way, this guy is so fat, it's mind-boggling. He's so fat. Like, Mark Henry comes out later, and Mark Henry outweighs him by probably 100 pounds. But Mark Henry, looks svelte next to this fatty. And he's way thinner now, I might add.
Yeah. So number 10's Chavo. Cole mentions we are a quarter of the way through. I almost just ended it, Mark Henry comes out next to hopefully clean house and gets rid of Chavo and Yoshitatsu before JTG sprints his way to the ring.
Why is Shad never in the Rumble? Like, when JTG...
I think he's gone now.
Well, I guess it might be, yeah.
And he does nothing until... Well, you know why Shad was in the Rumble. I mean, if you got a choice, which one do you want in there?
Did you watch this Rumble? It wouldn't have made one shit of difference.
Mike McGillicuddy comes out next and drop kicks JTG to the floor. Mike McGillicuddy, better known as Curtis Axel, of course.
Yep.
All of the Nexus members wearing M armbands, of course, to mourn the death of their careers. Although I guess Harris and McGillicuddy team up to backdrop DiBiase to the floor. Chris Masters comes out, then David Otunga. Punk tosses Bryan out like an afterthought.
This Chris Masters, let me stop you. This Chris Masters, this is like the third Rumble we've seen this guy in. He's one of those guys where he was there for years, and he hardly did anything of note. And it's like inconceivable that he was like, he was there before Wellness and after Wellness. That's like 2006. Has there ever been anybody who was in WWE for that long a period of time and did absolutely nothing of note? God bless the guy.
Well, I'm sure we could go find somebody. But so they get rid of everybody, essentially. They get rid of Masters, Morrison, Mark Henry to clear the ring for the entrance of Tyler Rex.
Thought it was Lance Archer.
Well, he got beat up and thrown out. Otunga, McGillicuddy, Otunga. Wait, that's not right. Well, whatever. The Nexus await the entrance of the next competitor. Who is it? Vladimir Kozlov. He doesn't last long. Neither does R-Truth, who's mauled and discarded. And just as I thought last week, I'd never want to see the Great Khali more in my life. I have been proven wrong this week as he enters and disposes of Husky Harris. Sends the rest of the team to the canvas before the newest member of the Nexus runs out.
Hold on. You're rushing through this. This was a good story that, like, the Nexus finally got all in the ring together and they threw everybody out. And then every time someone came in, they disposed of them and they were running the Rumble. Good idea on paper. Fucking boring. And then Khali comes in and tosses one of them. And it's like, okay, thank God this is ending. But then they toss him and another Nexus member comes in. We were right back where we were before. And
well, hold on. Future Cirque du Soleil performer Mason Ryan.
It's true, yeah.
And you know what really irked me? Khali comes in, doesn't throw a single chop.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Booker T comes in next. Booker T of all people, okay? Like, God bless Booker T. It's not like Ric Flair came out, or Hulk Hogan, or Rock, or Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Bob Backlund, Jumbo Saruta.
Booker T comes out. Stryker is losing his shit. To the point where Jerry the King Lawler has to say, can you take a chill pill? And Stryker goes, he's screaming, I'm not going to do it, but he's screaming at the top of his lungs, it's a mark out moment. I'm marking out, bro. Fuck you. If that guy's name was not mentioned in that pipe bomb promo, I don't even know what to say. He's one of the worst things in a horrible period for this company. They tossed him.
Yeah. John Cena's the next man to enter in the midst of a long-running feud with Punk and the Nexus here.
This was awesome because they have run one guy after another out of the ring. Punk thinks, I'm going to go to WrestleMania. He's screaming that. I'm going to WrestleMania, he screams. And they hit John Cena's music. And I'm not the biggest CM Punk fan, but the look on his face where he went from telling the world he was going to WrestleMania to being furiously disgusted that John Cena had shown up and was going to fuck it all up was amazing. And in fact, John Cena fucked it all up for CM Punk.
Yes. When the term running wild is used, there may be no better example than this, as Cena went absolutely nuts, got rid of the entire Nexus, save the now lone CM Punk as the TD Garden was going ape shit. Then the clock counted down, and who's going to come out next but the stiffest little man in the land, Hornswoggle. And with both men on the canvas, may I add, his go-to strategy, he has time to make it down there. What's he going to do? What can Swoggle do to stake his claim in this match? Well, his strategy was to wave at the crowd and wait for CM Punk to punch him in the face. So Punk does so, then turns his attention to Cena before Cena just scoops him up and throws him over the top to the floor. See you later. Tyson Kidd enters the fray, gets double-teamed by Cena and Swoggle, including a flying head scissors by Swoggle. They both hit AAs on him and throw him out. Heath Slater runs out, gets the same treatment, including a double five-knuckle shuffle. Then IC champ Kofi Kingston runs out to a huge applause. Hometown crowd, may I add. He's not from Jamaica. And has a stare down with John Cena. They run some spots. Current Bellator superstar Jack Swagger comes in, guns a-blazing. Kofi uses Swoggle as a step stool to do a double-team boom drop. Sheamus is the next competitor.
Sheamus comes out. Cole says, "I'm Irish." Michael Cole says this. Lawler can't believe what he's hearing, and Matt Striker says, "Only on Tuesday nights." Because he has to throw in some insider comment to get cred with the hardcores. Fuck off. And Sheamus bro kicks Hornswoggle out of the ring.
Yep. Rey Mysterio's here. He and Swagger run some spots. Mysterio is able to hit a 619, sending him to the floor. Wade Barrett comes in, followed by the perfection form of Dolph Ziggler to set up the big return next of Diesel.
Bro, Matt Striker's marking out again. He comes down. I got to talk about this spot. This is, listen, I'm also not the biggest Kevin Nash fan, but this was so fucking hilarious. Kevin Nash gets in the ring. He can barely walk. He's completely immobile. And this was 7 years ago, before he had even more knee surgeries. For some reason, he thought it was a great idea to like massively bulk up his upper body to put even more pressure on his knees. He's in there. He grabs Rey Mysterio. He's going to give him snake eyes. Okay? He's got Rey in his shoulder. All he has to do is drop him over the top turnbuckle. He goes to give him snake eyes, and fucking Wade Barrett runs up to Nash and just starts stomping at his legs. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Wade? Nash no-sells it. He hits his snake eyes, and he turns around and he punches Wade Barrett right in the face. I howled. That was amazing.
Oh, Alex Riley ran out.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, was he really there?
He was there.
I swear to God, when they said that he was eliminated, I was like, he wasn't even in the match.
No, he ran down at 55 miles an hour, and they said that's the fastest he's ever got to the ring, and then he was right out.
Wade Barrett, Big Boots Diesel to the floor. Big Show enters at number 35 as this match drags on. Just too many guys.
Dude,
so,
and by the way, when Alex Riley comes out, and he comes out with The Miz, and Miz is there with the WWF whatever title over his shoulder. This fucking guy a year ago was out there in a mohawk and his goofy shorts, the biggest fucking geek. And here he was as the WWE champion. I was like, wow. Yeah. Pipe bomb time.
He had beaten Randy Orton earlier on the show, I believe. So Big Show gets rid of Dolph Ziggler. Ezekiel Jackson enters, and I guess Show sends Drew McIntyre out, who I don't remember being in. And then Ezekiel Jackson throws out the Big Show with ease. Santino Marello, one half of the tag champs with Vladimir Kozlov, comes out. Stays in the ring, quickly eclipsing his previous quickest elimination record. Barrett, Jackson, Cena, Sheamus, Kofi, and Rey remain as the match drags on. Number 38, Alberto Del Rio, complete with his sports car, and Ricardo Rodriguez.
This guy's career was all downhill when they got rid of Ricardo. He added so much to this gimmick.
I guess Alex Riley got eliminated because Striker let us know, but we don't really know what happened to him, just got eliminated. Del Rio's entrance takes so long that Randy Orton attacks him from behind at number 39, sends him into the steps before RKOing everyone out of nowhere and depositing Kofi and Sheamus before turning and gazing into the eyes of his longtime rival John Cena.
Okay, this was awesome because, as I mentioned earlier in the show, these intervals were preposterous. They would do a minute 15. They would do 2 minutes. They would do a minute 45. They would do a minute 30. They would do whatever the fuck they wanted. These were not on the dot intervals, okay? So Randy Orton and John Cena finally get in the ring together, and they stare at each other, and they look at the sign, and they stare at each other. And they're going to stare at each other until the next guy comes out, at which point they're teasing this. For some reason, they couldn't just hit the goddamn button. They stared at each other for 30 fucking seconds and didn't move a muscle. And then they hit the music for the next guy. I was appalled.
They saved the best for last, as the final man enters Kane. However, in a stroke of luck, he gets in there, and Mysterio pretty much almost immediately head scissors him out. Wade Barrett knees Mysterio to the floor to eliminate him as well. So Kane and Mysterio are gone. The final four: Wade Barrett, John Cena, Randy Orton, and Alberto Del Rio. Finalists in this contest for championship opportunity. Cena AA's Del Rio. Alex Riley runs back out, distracts John Cena so that The Miz can run into the ring and send John Cena to the outside, eliminating him from the match. John Cena walks over and yells at Michael Cole and then goes to the back. So Wade Barrett, Alberto Del Rio, and Randy Orton.
It's done.
Will now vie to be the winner of the 2011 Royal Rumble. Barrett charges Randy Orton. Orton boots him, throws him out. Barrett and Del Rio immediately dump Orton to the... Orton boots him and throws out Barrett. Barrett charges Orton. Orton boots him, throws him out. Del Rio immediately throws Randy Orton outside to win the Royal Rumble. And Brian, you talked about anticlimactic last week and last year in the Rumble 2010, but I thought this was very anticlimactic until Santino Marella appears from out of nowhere and he nails Del Rio with the Cobra. He points at the WrestleMania sign, and in fact, he has not been eliminated. He goes to throw Del Rio to the heavens to secure his title shot, only to be thwarted at the last second and sent crashing to the floor over the top rope. Great ending.
That was an awesome ending. People believe Santino Marella was going to win and go on to WrestleMania, which tells you everything you need to know about Miz as the champion.
I thought so too. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. But what's happening now, Brian? Let's get to these songs.
Do you have a hard limit of the top of the hour?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty close.
You rush your ass through that so fast you don't even have a voice anymore. We're not going to get through all of them. What do you want to do? Like 5 of them?
How many are there?
Dude, there's at least, there's close to a dozen.
Okay, start playing.
All right. You tell me when you're out of time.
I may be able to get through all of them. We'll see.
All right. This one
depends on the sitter.
This one here is from Daniel. Here we go.
Whoa.
And he starts chopping, and he's chopping.
The chopping block.
Chopping, and chopping, chopping.
The chopping block.
Chopping, and chopping, and he's chopping.
Chopping
Block, chopping, and chopping, and he's chopping.
chopping
block.
That's from Danielle, actually, not Daniel.
It's pretty good. However, I would say I would take a point away for using the same Samoa Joe song, that frequencies contest.
What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a callback.
In the fat version from the Overweight Classic.
Oh, man, that was a good one.
Fat.
All right, this is from George. He sent 3 versions. He says this is the final and best one.
Well, why send the other?
And he puts his left hand in front of him, palm up, and he takes his right hand, and he's chopping, and he's chopping, and he's chopping, but he's chopping. It's the chopping block.
Chopping.
And he's chopping, and he's chopping, and he's chopping. Just like, ta-ha. Name that show.
Pig Panther, I don't know.
Perry Mason.
Dude, I'm 34.
So what?
Bro.
All right, this is from Richard. Let's talk about my favorite spot in this match. Jinder climbs his way up onto the middle rope. And he puts his left hand in front of him, palm up, and he takes his right hand, and he starts chopping into his own hand. Right. And he's chopping, and he's chopping, and he's chopping. And he's waiting for AJ to get up, and he's chopping. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, is he going to give him a karate chop?
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Just like, ta-ha.
Those kids were fast as lightning.
I'm going to get him, and he chops him right in the head.
Was a little bit frightening.
fucking, I'm gonna chop him.
But they fought with expert time.
Imagine that you had to karate chop someone in the head, but their head is made of hot lava.
There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were
Chopping.
back up. They were
Chopping.
bend down.
All right, that's a minute. It was longer,
That's-
but I'm going to keep him to a minute.
Oh, that is such a great description of the chop. The chop in question, which I put up on my Twitter yesterday, I believe.
All righty, this is from Aaron. He does the entire song, so I'll do a
Yeah.
little less than a minute of it. Name that tune.
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Chopping on Heaven's Door.
Well, not yet. Way to ruin it.
I must talk about my favorite spot in this match. And in fact, my favorite spot of the whole show. Watching this match, it's alright. Picks up at the end. Jinder climbs his way up onto the middle rope. And Jinder is standing there on the middle rope, and he puts his left hand in front of him, palm up, and he takes his right hand, and he starts chop, chop, chop it to AJ on the top of the head. Chop, chop, chop it. Chop, chop, chop it to AJ on the top of the head. Chop, chop, chop it. And he's chop, chop, chop it to AJ on the top of the head. Chop, chop, chop it to AJ on the top of the head. Is that a chopping sound effect that guy put in, by the way?
I don't know.
Alrighty. This is from Nicholas. And Jinder's standing there on the middle rope, and he takes his right hand, and he starts chopping, 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 chopping. Chop. Chop. Get up, and he's chopping. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, is he gonna give him a karate chop? Fucking AJ gets to his feet, and Jinder jumps high in the air, and he karate chops AJ on the top of the head. Chopping. You and I have got to wrestle Ultimo Guerrero and Ray Bucanero and come out to that song.
Set it up.
This is from Seth. Yes,
Petrozelli?
more.
Huh.
Watching this match, it's all that's a right. good one. Picks up at the end. Jinder climbs his way up onto the middle rope. And Jinder is standing there on the middle rope, and he puts his left hand in front of him, palm up, and he takes his right hand, and he starts chopping into his own hand.
Right.
And he's chopping, and he's chopping, and he's chopping. He's waiting for AJ to get up, and he's chopping. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, is he gonna give him a karate chop? And fucking AJ gets to his feet, and Jinder jumps high in the air, and he karate chops AJ on the top of the head.
Well, I'll stand up next to him now, and I'll chop it down with the edge of my hand.
And he's chopping, and he's chopping, and he's chopping.
Well, I'll stand up next to him now, chop it down with the edge of my hand.
That's the NWO version.
Beautiful.
All right, do we have any more here? No, I think that one is the original. That's it.
That was the original.
Unless I missed a couple there. But yeah, those are all of them that I found on a cursory scan here of my email. What do you think?
Well, sounds official.
Sounds like we got to do the chopping
Cursory
block.
scan.
Yes. Well, I guess we'll get it going over the next week. We'll get the entire SmackDown roster, and we'll start chopping. And I figure that if the draft ruins everything, and some people leave, and some people come, and some people go, well, we may just have to do multiple choppings as we reach the end of the year. Does that sound
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, we're chopping and chopping and chopping.
AJ
Non-stopping the chopping.
Non-stop chopping. AJ is so lucky the chopping block didn't start this week. That's all I got to say. For everybody thought that he was the favorite, think again. They keep booking him like this. All right, Tom, any plugs?
Yeah, check me out MLW next month. Also check out, I'll be wrestling for AIW as well at the end of the month. Check out all the other shows I've been on too.
That's right.
Don't forget. Smart Mark Video has a lot of the shows I've been on. AIW, Black Label Pro, Beyond Wrestling on Powerbomb TV. Check all those places out. I'm all over the spot. All over the places.
And
making towns. Doing whatever. Don't forget about the mailbag.
That's right. The mailbag. Very quickly here before time has to go. filthytl@gmail.com. Send questions for the MALE mailbag. Make sure you check out the Pro Wrestling Tee Store, F4WOnline.com shirts to grab your Filthy 4D or Choppin' Block shirt. And finally, we did promise $10 to the winner of the song contest, Tom. So you're busy. I'll let you choose a winner. We'll announce it next week. Got it? With that, everybody, we're out of here. Talk to you again after a while.